Welcome to this interview from the Embedded World in Nuremberg. With me is Amir Friedman. He is founder and CEO at ConnectOnce. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Today we will talk about new solutions and IoT. Amir, what are you presenting at the show?
Well, we're presenting a new IoT platform. It's basically building blocks for someone who designs an IoT product.
Okay.
The building blocks are hardware modules, a cloud solution, a smartphone app, and basically we allow any IoT designer, product designer, to design his products very quickly and make sure that it works in the field.
It is a kind of out-of-the-box solution?
It's kind of like an right, because the different building blocks know how to talk to themselves. So if you use our building blocks, you know that once it gets in the field, it'll work, as opposed to if you buy, let's say, solutions from different solution providers.
And they are easy to integrate?
Very easy to integrate,
okay.
Yes.
What makes ConnectOnce platform different from similar solutions?
Well, I think first of all, we're bringing a complete building block solution, meaning that you go to one place and you get all the things that you need, all the technological building blocks to build your product. That's first thing. Second of all, when you deploy it in the field, we provide a solution on how to manage the devices once they're already in the customer's hands.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the differentiating factors, and I think customers are looking today for something which will work well in the field, and they won't have to worry about the deployment.
Right. What do you think? What is the major benefit of this technology for customers?
Well, I think that, as I said, during the design of the product, the amount of time that it will take to design the product will be fairly low, because the building blocks already communicate between themselves. You don't have to go through a very long debugging process.
Okay.
And also, the additional benefit is, as I said, once it's in the field, in the hands of customers, it'll work because it comes from one vendor that doesn't change its standards, and if it does change the standards, it'll make sure that all the system parts will work together. Okay.
How does ConnectOnce plan to deal with the many proprietary solutions that exist today?
Yeah, well, you're right. I mean, the IoT is not standardized yet. There are many protocols, many solutions, many vendors, some hardware vendors, some software vendors, and what we have designed into our cloud solution, a system which will deal with the evolving standards in the market, meaning that once our devices are deployed, or once the hardware modules are deployed, they will talk to our cloud solution. If additional standards come in, our cloud solution will do the translation between these standards and the standards that our modules know. So even if new standards do come out and products are in the field, they'll still keep working because we'll be able to translate these new protocols from them in our cloud solution.
Right. Which trends do you see in the embedded market and the IoT market today?
Okay. Well, the trends in general, I think, are that communication is becoming a key part in any product. Once communication comes in, you start getting into the issues of security. You start getting into issues, how do I manage these devices, because they do communicate. And I think that companies that start to deploy products will be looking for a complete solution, as opposed to breaking up the solution into several pieces as they have in the past. So I think we're seeing a trend of product designers who are not looking for just a specific component, but they're looking for a complete solution, because it's a fairly complex solution, communication, management, security, and that's not their main the main thing that they know. So the idea is to provide them a solution which integrates well with what they do know, but manages the stuff that they don't know well enough so they don't have to deal with it in the future.
And what about about customer support?
Customer support. So we have customer support available, even though the product themselves sell through distribution and can actually support themselves. We sell evaluation packages, which are complete in the sense that once you open up the package, it works. So we hope we don't need support for that. But if the customer does need support, we have people by phone or by email to provide any technical support that the customer needs.
Okay. Thank you, Amir, for this interview and for the insights in your company portfolio.
Thank you for having me.